And this is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of American Legion, Radio RallyPoint.com at the 2019 Atlantic City Air Show. I have a chance to talk with a special guest from the United Kingdom with the aerobatics team, the Red Arrows, and that is Squadron Leader Adam Collins. Squadron Leader, great to see you. Great to have you visit the United States. What's your visit to the U.S. been like so far?
It's been amazing so far. We're on an 11-week tour of North America, so Canada and the US. We flew our aircraft over via Iceland, Greenland and into Canada because we can't do air-to-air refueling. So a lot of stops on the way, and we're now down here in Atlantic City enjoying the hot weather. Hopefully the storms will hold off today, but we're having a great time and we're being really well looked after by everybody.
Yeah, warm day. Tell us a little bit about your demonstration team, the aircraft and the pilots that fly those planes.
So the Red Arrows, formerly known as the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, are essentially the British version of the US Air Force Thunderbirds. So we're all regular active duty pilots. This is a 3-year assignment for us on the team. So we're all military pilots flying fighter type aircraft, and we all have had experience on the front line. So the aircraft we fly are jet trainers, much like the T-45 that the US Navy fly. And we put on a 22-minute display split into 2 sections. So 9 aircraft flying the big formation shapes in the first half, and then in the second half we break down into smaller sections for the higher tempo, opposition passes and the more dynamic maneuvering.
Very good. Well, that demonstration is so important. Tell us, what's the average career like for one of the pilots on your team?
So in order to apply for the team, you have to have had experience on the front line, combat operations on a fighter aircraft. So we've all been in the Air Force for a number of years, done several frontline tours, be it Typhoon, Harrier, Tornado, before we're then selected for the team. When we join the team, it's then a very different way of life. We spend about 5 months of the year training, wearing our normal green flight suits, and then when we've had our public display authority from our two-star general equivalent, that's when we get the red flight suits on and we go out and we entertain the public for 6 months of the year.
Very good. There's such a strong relationship between the militaries of the United States and the United Kingdom. What are some of the similarities that emerge right away and some of the differences that you notice?
So we operate in a very similar way to certainly the US military. We've obviously worked with them a lot in operations on the front line. And when it comes down to the display teams, again, we have slightly different ways of doing things, but really to meet a common end. And what we're doing is capitalizing on the performance of our aircraft. So the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels have a very high performance frontline type aircraft, afterburning engines. Our aircraft is essentially an advanced trainer. So although it's a single engine jet, it's lighter, a little bit more nimble, and we can keep our maneuvers quite tight. So we capitalize on that during our display. But there is, I wouldn't say there's rivalry, but there's some common mutual respect amongst all the display teams.
Oh, I'm sure. And this year is the 50th anniversary of landing on the moon. So many thoughts about the advancements in aviation. How did you learn to fly? Why do you enjoy flying your airplane?
As with many pilots in the military, I've wanted to fly from a young age. I started flying through the Air Cadet scheme in the UK, and then on from there was sponsored at university before then doing my flying training through the Air Force. So as with anything, it's a building block approach, starting from the basics at school, wanting to be a pilot, and then gradually just achieving one goal at a time. And really that's what we're trying to do in the Red Arrows, is to inspire people to follow their dreams, look at the displays we do, look at the fly pasts we do, but remember we all started at school one day and just came on step by step. It's interesting actually, you mentioned the Apollo as a feature. Part of our display, we have a maneuver called Apollo, where we represent the Apollo landing craft to mark that 50th anniversary. So there's a lot of similarities and tie-ins there.
Well, I had an uncle who was a World War II Navy pilot, and he worked for Grumman when they built the Lunar Excursion Module. He'd want to say best wishes and thank you for being here in your service. Hey, from everybody at the American Legion, thank you for your service. Everyone appreciates the United Kingdom as a great partner of the United States and U.S. military. Great to see you here in Atlantic City.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. This is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of American Legion, Radio RallyPoint.com at the Atlantic City Air Show.